Blah. Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yaakov, what it do? The outlet to reality, the holders podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? This is the place where you want to hide from your drama or maybe hide from your baby mama. Just kidding. But anyways, fans, thank you for staying tuned. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ching! Y'all know what it is. Guess what, y'all? We have a very special guest, man. This guy, man, was so hard to get. He's an actor, writer, director. Give it up for Enrique. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Why not? Hey man, that was a real live intro, man. It hyped me up. I dig it, man. That's gold, man. Hey, I'm happy to be here. I know we've been trying to get together and do this for a while, but we're here, man. We're here, so let's rock with it, man.
Awesome. Now, for those who don't know, me and Enrique, I saw his stuff. Like he's done a lot of film on Facebook, always looking for actors. You know, if somebody's looking for a gig. And I remember while I was in college and I was messaging him, I was like, man, that's so cool. You went to, NEIU. I was, wanting to get some feedback on how to be an actor or what steps to take. And I really like that you gave me a lot of pointers, a lot of tips, homework that I needed if I really wanted to pursue acting. And I'll never forget that. We're talking, this is back in 2015.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Been a while, man. And time flies too. Time flies.
It's true, fam. And real quick, brother, tell us a little bit so my fans can know like your background, your hobbies, if you were born and raised in Chicago.
Got you. Right on. Right on. Well, my name is Enrique Guzman, and that's what I go by, in the art world, in the theater and film, anything that has to do with that. I go by my name because I'm proud of it. That's what, I was given. I was born in Puerto Rico, and I came to Chicago at around 12 years old, and I lived in the Logan Square area. I went to grammar school, high school here. I wanted to travel, but, we're poor. So the easiest way for, especially Latinos to travel is join the military. So I jumped in right head first into the Marine Corps, and I got to travel the world. I got to experience a lot of things, got to know handguns, hand-to-hand combat, all the good stuff. Once I finished that, I came here and became a cop. So I did that for about 12 years. And I think, my wife is the one who actually, when I started pursuing acting, she's like, you've been acting for a few years, right? And I was like, what were you talking about? I did a lot of undercover work. I was undercover, like a construction worker, a drug dealer, doing this real life to catch bad guys. And, that didn't dawn to my wife. She's much smarter than I am. She says, you've been acting, in real life, and you did it, to protect people and to save yourself. And that's really where the acting bug came in. I left police work and started pursuing acting. I work for immigration now, but the good side, I try to keep kids here in the United States. That's my full-time job until, something major hits, obviously. But I love film. I love writing. I love directing. I love doing stunts. I started doing extra work because, at that time, I didn't know anybody, not one person that was doing acting. I didn't know anybody. I wish back in school, I knew there was like film classes or anything like that. I wasn't pursuing that. I was into criminal justice. Let me do that. That's what I want to do because I want to be a cop. But I wish I went to school and did all that. I did extra work and I loved everything about film. I love the camera guys. I love the directors. I love the script writers. I love everything about it. And, I jumped in head first. I took a couple classes at Black Box. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Black Box Theater is very, very physical. But I learned a lot there. And, you network, just like me and you connected, I started, searching people in the area, in the Chicago area that were acting and asking them questions just like you did. And by trial and error, I just started doing different things and got involved into stunts and got, stunt driving, fighting, and then, theater and film. And I love it all, man. I love it all.
Wow, brother. I gotta be honest, man. You're not gonna believe this, but I'm over 100 episodes with the podcast, and I've been
Okay.
looking for a police officer to be on the podcast. And
Right
you're the
on.
first one, brother, to be honest, the first police
Go
officer.
ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So it's an honor. It's an honor, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Let's rock. And I got stories for days, man. I got, short film ideas just in my police work experience, things that I've encountered, both good and bad, sad, happy. It's a lot of work, man. It's a tough job that these guys are doing out there, and they get a bad rap. Um, what I tell people is just like any job that you have people that shouldn't be doing that, and you have people that are amazing at whatever they do. But it's tough, man. It's tough. But I have a lot of ideas, a lot of stories that I've been through, and yeah, man. Anytime you want to rock with it, let's do it.
Yeah, yeah. Can you share a little story, like a cool experience that you could remember?
Yeah, let me see. You want a happy, sad?
Uh,
What type of?
well, let's do happy, and then we'll work our way up. You see, we work our way
So
down.
okay, so let's start sort of sad, right? I remember my first year going into a domestic. There was a family that was getting a divorce, and they had twin sons, and they were about 8 years old. 8 years old, and it was the divorce was very traumatic for them, right? So I used to go to the house a lot, and they didn't want to go to school. I used to work days. I used to start work at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I worked in a suburb that was fairly quiet during the day. And without my job knowing, I did it for like 3 months. I started picking these kids up from school, from home, and taking them to school just to motivate them to go to school, right? And, they were 8 years old. Fast forward, I followed them through grammar school, high school, and both of these twins are now officers in the Army. And I got to they invited me to their, their ceremonies when they became captains in the Army. And these guys, they still text me and call me, little things like that made the job awesome.
Whoa, that's pretty amazing, man. Like it's like you left that seed, and they saw that,
Yes,
and they became this, great person. That's amazing.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow, brother. I gotta share with you a story before you share
Go
the
ahead,
other
Rock.
one. So one time this happened 2017. Um, and basically I went to see this girl. This is girl I was talking to, real pretty. And I went there, I brought tacos, and she's never invited anyone to the house, right? So she's like, just come outside because my parents won't get mad. And I said, cool, I'll be outside. So
Okay.
I go in the back, right? And I'm wearing a hat and just a regular, like, all black outfit. So the guy that opens the door, he goes, "Oh, you're the food delivery guy." I'm like, I kind of play along, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so he let me in, brother. You know what I'm saying? And so when I see the girl that I was talking to, she said, "Oh my gosh, what's up?" And she gave me a kiss. But that was the dad. That was the stepdad.
Oh, damn, bro. Damn.
But you know what's funny? He still, I mean, it was too late. He already opened the door. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So I kind of play along. We were still outside in the front. We're just talking. And then we're about to eat tacos. Now, by the way, the guy was really drunk, the stepdad. So he kept
Okay.
coming out and
He was
screaming.
good drunk or bad drunk? Good
Bad
drunk?
drunk, bad drunk.
Oh,
I'm saying bad drunk. This is where trouble came. This is where the law about to change. So
baby. Hey.
so
Man.
now that he knew I lied, that I wasn't the delivery guy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm with his daughter, but not his, blood, but it's his daughter.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
He was like, "Go back inside. You're talking too much." But he was going crazy, and she was like, "Just let me finish the taco, and I'll go back inside." Now, understand, the lady, the woman that I was with, she was only 24, 25. So she's
Okay.
still young. She independent. You can say she got
Abs-
rights. You know what I'm saying?
abs- yeah, absolutely.
And so watch this. 2 or 3 times he's doing the same thing. Now he's cursing her out. And I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta chill. Like, I understand. We're almost done, man. Like, if you want, I got an extra taco. I'll give it to you if that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Bro, he got so mad. He got so mad that he actually went down, like charging down, and he went for the punch. He was actually gonna punch his daughter, his stepdaughter. I came, blocked it, and I was like, yo, bro, what's your problem, man? He pushed me down the stairs. Boom,
Oh,
boom,
damn.
boom, boom. I see him charging in. He's ready to do a kick at my face. I already know, yo, I'm in danger. I have to get up.
Right,
I
right.
right, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to get stomped. I get up like almost like Super Saiyan, and I went. Bah, I start, kneeing him, and because he doesn't know I know how to fight. So
That's
I
what's up.
started grappling, and I got him. And so I said, bro, you gotta chill, man. Like that's not cool. The girl calls the police. Fam, I thought I'm gonna go to jail tonight, bro. No lie,
Us.
bro. Bro. She goes, oh my gosh, officer, I need help because my stepdad tried to hit me, and my boyfriend is in the middle. So she's going crazy, right? Fam, I felt at this point I'm going to jail too. So I called my mom. I said, Mama. She's like, yeah, Miko, Ma, I'm going to jail too. I'm sorry, Ma. I don't know how to tell you. I thought I did the right thing, but I think I'm going to jail. And she goes, I know, Miko. I'll be right there. Where are you? I said, Mom, don't, it's cool. I'm close to the house, but don't go. It's too much. Fam.
Too hot, too hot.
Too hot. Yeah, too hot. Like you know what I'm saying? So check this out. My mom she called all my family from Humboldt Park, Logan Square, Wisconsin. They all came with suburban SUVs, all black tinted. It was like 6 of them. They got here before the cops came. The cops
Damn.
came. It was 5 of them too. And they're like, they're thinking this is an undercover, something's going on big. You know what I'm saying? So my cousins, they're really big. They used to do body work. I'm not body work, bodyguard. So they're
Okay.
really big, 6'3", really buff. And they like look like the typical, like you consider if you were to go to Cali and go with like a bunch of essays, that's how they look.
Oof.
Bald
Oof.
head, they got tattoos, they got big chains. I mean, they look like warriors. So when they all came, the officer was like, "Yo, who brought all these people to this thing?"
Right.
You know? And so I told officer, "Look, you brought backup. I brought backup too." You know what I'm saying? And so the officer's not laughing. He's like, "Damn, I never seen this happen, Joe." And he's like,
That's why.
"Right."
That's why.
And he goes, man, they got really nice Suburbans, Joe. They got nice Suburbans. And so it's funny because like all this is happening, right? And so the officer pulls me to the side. He was Hispanic. I forgot his name, but he said to me, and I never forgot. He's like, look, fam, you did the right thing. You protected the girl from getting hit, so you're fine. You self-defense pretty much. But all I'm gonna say, fam, as I talk to kids every day, and I look at you like a son to me. I have a son back at home. I feel like if you get into this relationship, I'm gonna be real. She's already. This is not the first time.
The cops been there.
Yeah,
Right.
he's like she's probably gets abused in the home, maybe it's physically, emotionally, a lot of things, all her life. And you're just witnessing it this time. But I think that this is not for you, my guy.
Wow. 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 That's something. That's something for a cop to say it like that. That's something. Yeah.
It was so powerful, brother. I never forgot that. That was the greatest teaching I've ever heard.
Yeah. That's something you'll never forget. You'll never forget. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. Wow. All right. All right. You brought a whole game. That's something you like. Talk to this guy face to face. Cause damn, he brought his whole gang over here.
Yeah. It's so funny because I'm telling you, fam, my cousins, they're big. Like they're just that's how they are. Like if you see them, you could tell they're like some like very, very close family. And
Right.
I mean, it was kind of cool. And my mom was like the leader. She's the one that they kind of escorted. Like, my mom,
La
hey,
jefa,
you like,
bro, la jefa.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because my
Uh,
mom, interesting thing, all my cousins that I'm talking about, they came through when that happened. My mom pretty much raised them all as a kid. She took them
oh,
in as her child.
right on, right on. That's the old school way.
Yeah,
The old school. Oh,
it's crazy, right? So what about you, brother? Any what other story that came to mind that you can remember?
oh man, drunks, right? A lot of people think that, you know, the guys are drunks, man. The women were the funniest drunks, man. They used to be the ones to first fight with you, and you're like, bro. There was one that was driving a Mercedes, and we're parked in the middle of the night, just you're watching traffic, and we see a sparks coming from the distance, and we're like, what the hell is that? He's on. It's not Fourth of July. What the? And we see a car, and the girl's driving on two rims, right? Two flat tires and two regular tires, two rims, just and she's like nothing. So we follow her. We put on the lights. We stop her, and we're like, "Hey, do you know you have two? You're driving on rims." No, officer. No, no, I'm not. So we already know she's está peda, we peda. So we get her out of the car, we show her, and she's stumbling out of the car. We're like, man, first of all, we could smell the alcohol in you. But look, you're driving on rims. You know, how or you were we're trying to help her out. How far do you got? We're thinking she's, you know, blocks away from her house. No, I got about another hour drive. I was like, this bad that way. So now we're trying to put hands on her. You know, una abuelita chiquita, she starts fighting us, man. At this point, we're laughing. We're like, bro, bro. So yeah, a lot of people think that, you know, guys are always drunk driving. No, there's a lot of women out there, and the women are always the one who want to fight for some reason. At least my experience, and I
Right.
think I've arrested for DUI like 2,000 people in my life, and
Dang.
most of them, yeah. I was a big DUI guy, and you know, people. I saw a lot of deaths, right? You know, unnecessary because of drunk drivers. So you know, I made it a point to arrest anybody that was out there impaired. You know, impaired, not just a little bit, but completely impaired. They shouldn't be driving. And it was about 2,000. By the time I finished 12 years, it was about 2,000 people that were arrested just for DUI.
Oh wow.
A lot of experience and a lot of deaths. I saw a lot of, you know, drunk driving, people, you know, dying, crashing. I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore. I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore.
No, but you know what? You did a lot of change, fam. You got people out from the streets from hurting other people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't stop them from driving, they could hurt somebody or hurt themselves.
Yeah.
You know.
And themselves. I used to tell them it's not only for the people that are out there. I used to tell them, I'm trying to protect you from killing yourself, because you know, you hit a tree, is rap. You know.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, you know, they apologize in court, you know, and they knew what they were doing. You know, I always had a body camera, so they were always able to see themselves, and they're always embarrassed looking down because they never saw that side of them, you know.
Wow. It's crazy,
Right.
fam. No, I'm really happy you got to share, like, you know, different stories of your experience. It's a lot of big things. I feel like a lot of before we get a little into acting, I want to talk about just a little bit how you're right. A lot of police officers are not getting respected in the communities. I think a big one is there's not a lot of communications with both sides. Um,
Correct.
you know what I'm saying? Like in Vegas, I met this police officer, really nice. She would play basketball with the young kids, so she would know all their names and they won't feel like hesitant, like, oh, she's a cop. Like they're like more like chill. And I love that because you're now breaking barriers and you're not putting that stigma like, oh, I'm only here to, you know, make a scene, but it's not like that. Well, how do you feel, fam?
Well, I'm very the way I am with you. That's how I was when I was a police officer. I used to get every time I used to get an interaction with people, man, there was a lot of times that I used to arrest people, right? Whether it was for retail theft or, you know, robbery or whatever, right? You know, somebody called it in, and then we end up getting them, right? By the time we went back to the station, these people barely, I'm sitting next to them, in the cell talking to them. There's times that, they basically put the cuffs themselves because I didn't have to do all that. I try to humanize myself. I was a jokester every Halloween. I used to do this every Halloween. I used to have a Michael Myers mask and put it and drive around in the. I actually got in trouble the first year I did it. They called it in. They're like, Michael Myers is driving a squad car. Who's doing that? And they called in the radio. Whoever's driving squad 3344, come to the station. They were like, dude, what are you doing? But people after 3 years of doing it, people expected it. I was driving around a squad car with a Michael Myers mask. People used to be like, yo, what is this guy doing? Things like that just, make the community, as long as the community knew my name, in a positive manner, right? In a positive manner. That was my goal. I used to, help people as much as I could. I get out of my car as much as I could. But, I saw a lot of bad. I got shot at a lot. I got stabbed in my shoulder by a 77-year-old lady, man. And that was a little funny too, right? My partner, instead of helping, he started laughing. He's like, dude, I'm sorry. It came out of nowhere. She was 77 fighting with her husband who punched her in the nose. We get there and they're dos viejitos, right? Two viejitos. So she's like, I want him arrested. And at this point we have to, because her nose is over here now. But as soon as we put cuffs on her husband, she changed her mind. She's like, no, I don't want him arrested. And she grabbed the fork. And it was like a cartoon. It was, I got the pen. It was here. And I'm like, what the heck happened? I'm wearing my vest, and my luck, right? She did it right outside my vest. Oh. And I was just sticking out. And I'm looking at my partner, and my partner, like a cartoon, yo, you just got stabbed with a fork, bro. Obviously, right? And then I'm out for 6 months, right? It's like, oh, it's horrible. But things like that, unexpected things.
Well,
crazy.
Yeah, you definitely you get experience a lot of things, fam. Dang, man. No, I'm really happy, man, that like you got to share that stuff. And fam, I want to ask you something. So now a little bit, going to acting. I remember you worked with Bruce Willis. Can you tell us your experience?
Yeah, so I live in Chicago, right? They were filming a little bit of, they were filming most of the film in Canada, and they were doing a few scenes here in Chicago, right? So usually when you do an audition, you'll know, the next day if you get a call back, or if you even get a call back the next day, you'll know the next day if you got the role. So we get a call, and my agent, I'm with Hayes Talent. She's awesome. I've been with her since the beginning. I'm going to be with her for the next 20 years. She's awesome. She calls me. She's like, Enrique, they're looking for Latinos. They're going to see about 35 Latino actors to see for this role. Just a typical bad guy, Mexican sort of, but to work with Bruce Willis. I was just, to me, this is just me. I don't know about any other actors. To go to an audition, that's already a win, right? Because even though you don't get that role, you get to meet people that are doing film. You may not be good for that film or for that scene, but if you do a good enough audition in your eyes, they might call you for something else. And that's happened to me before. I've gone to auditions and be like, no, you're not good for this role, but we got another film that I think you'd be great for. And then I book that out of an audition for something else. So I go to the audition, and I'm about the 15th guy, but I see every guy doing the same lines, different way. Hey, what the fuck, puto? Whatever. It was all in English. Everything, all the dialogue was all in English. And I know all these actors, right? Because we audition all the time, and I could hear them. I'm like, damn. So when they called me in, as soon as I stepped into that door, I made the decision of, you know what? I'm going to say this all in Spanish and walk the fuck out. Sorry. Damn. Can I swear? My bad. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay.
So no, I was like, how can I do this different? Because these guys, they rocked it. They knocked it out the park. I'm like, these guys, how can I be different? So I went in there and I did the audition all in Spanish, and I walked up back. And they were like, Enrique, the audition is. I was like, you know what? But the way I picture this, I picture this guy saying it either in Spanish or Spanglish. And they were like, all right. And I didn't hear anything the next day. I didn't hear nothing the next day. And I was like, I didn't get it, whatever. It gets into your head. When I first started auditioning, it used to get in my head. I was like, man, they're not calling me. Oh my God, I suck. But no, so another actor told me, you know what? Our job is to audition, do the best thing that we can of that character, right? So by then I already knew. Once I step out of the audition, I'm gonna forget it. And I totally forgot about it. A month later, they were like, Enrique, that thing that you for Bruce Willis that you did last month, they're filming it. This was a Friday. They're gonna be here Monday, Tuesday, and they want you. Whatever you did, you scare the hell out of the director, which was Eli Roth. He's amazing. You scare the hell out of him, and he wants you. But they're filming Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, are you able to make it? I was like, hell yeah. And I lost my mind, bro. I lost my mind. So then, the next weekend, I'm trying to, trying to find out information, who's worked with Bruce Willis, what's his style, does he like to, to go over lines before, or jump right to it. Somebody hit me up saying, man, he's a real rude person. Nobody likes talking to him. He's really to himself. I'm like, damn, all right. So come the day of the filming, we get there. They introduced me and Bruce Willis. I'm like, hey, how you doing, sir? In my inner child wants to scream and be like, John McClane, Die Hard, right? But I'm trying to be cool, right? I'm trying to be cool. All these other actors that were there, they want to take pictures with him. I'm like, nah, man, this is my partner here today in the scene. I'm gonna be professional while I'm still screaming inside, like, oh my God, it's Bruce Willis. So we get there, and he's standing next to me, and he always has the same two body doubles, like stunt doubles, that look just like him, real cool cats. So Bruce Willis looks at me. He's like, so you got to punch me, right? I was like, yeah, whatever you want me to do, sir. What do you want me to do? He's like, you know what? I'll give you $5,000 cash, Enrique, if you actually hit my stunt double in the ribs and break it. And I looked at him like, and then he starts laughing. And I'm like, yo, bro. Because apparently him and the stunt doubles, they're real good buddies, right? And that was my experience. After that, we were just laughing the whole time. He's telling me, kick him again. It was great. It was one of the best experiences on set that I've ever had.
Wow.
Awesome.
So are you a little sad that he's retiring?
No, because he's done so many movies. He has I believe it's three older daughters and now younger ones. He needs to live his life, enjoy it. He's done so much. He's done so many films, right? The last one's been straight to Netflix, but still, doing a movie that goes straight to Netflix. You know how many people have jobs because of him? You're talking about everybody that has to be behind the scenes, all the extras. He's put so many people to work just because of how he's been in his whole career. It's time for him to take a vacation and just relax, just enjoy life, enjoy his wife, enjoy his kids. I'm just happy I got to experience not only all the films that I'm a fan of, but experience a few minutes basically of his life with him.
Wow, man. No, that's deep. That's deep. It's true, because sometimes in the acting world, when you're very involved, it can consume a lot of your life.
Absolutely. Just auditioning, right? Where every time the way I pursue auditions, once I get a script or whatever they want me to read, the way I have to do it, I have to build like a history of the character. If I'm playing a cop, I have to build a history on that. I love playing a bad guy. I love playing the villain, right? Which my daughters thinks is hilarious because I'm always playing around, so they don't take me serious at all. They see me on TV playing a bad guy and they laugh. They think it's a comedy, right? They're jerks. My daughters are jerks, but I love it, But I love to put, and that, if I get an audition today, to send it in the next couple of days, that's my job. I'm gonna try to be that character. I'm gonna build a history on that character. So that alone, takes, it took 2 days of it. So imagine booking, a series regular role or doing a movie for 3 months. I would imagine I would have to be that character, right? It's not too much method acting, but I have to, consume that character as much as possible. I can't even imagine all these other actors how they do it day in and day out. It's a tough business, but I love it. I love it.
I love it, fam. I love it. Well, brother, look, I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. This is the Outlet to Reality, the holdest podcast in Vegas and Chicago every Tuesday. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ching! And y'all know where to find me. I'm on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, the Outlet to Reality. My Snapchat is Take One Pass It, and my TikTok is at Yaakov. And my brother Enrique, thank you for coming through, brother. Where can my fans find you, my guy?
I'm on Facebook as Enrique Guzman. I'm on Instagram. I forget E Guzman actor, action actor, whatever. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere, man. And let's do this again soon, brother. I love it.
For sure, for sure.